For those of you who remember the Deshaun Watson situation, it started with just one female making an allegation. Once that allegation was made about him going to these massage parlors in Houston, something interesting started to develop. We started to get more testimonies from different women. Let's check them out.
He ends up exposing himself, and I hurried up and covered him with the towel, and he said, "Oh, you don't have to worry about the towel." And I said, "Yes, I do."
So then what happened?
He requested that I work on his abdomen. But the moment I went above his navel, he told me he didn't want me to work there. He wanted me to work lower. He just kept directing me to go lower and don't be scared. You can go in there, like. And I just started really freezing up at this point.
Can you explain that?
Like a wave just took over my body. I felt so hot. I was sweating. It was getting more and more clear that this is not what I signed up for. This is not what I thought the session was gonna be.
And then here's another testimony.
And so you started the massage, and what happened?
That's when he instructed me what areas he wanted massaged. He said he was very particular. He only wanted his glutes, his hamstrings, and his thighs massaged. Thought that was a little irregular, but he must have seen my face, and he was like, "I do a lot of running and kicking, so that's necessary." So I said, okay, and that's where I started on his hamstrings.
And then what happened?
After starting on his hamstrings, he instructed me to go closer to his glutes. Did so in that. I didn't find that part irregular because that's pretty typical for massage. It wasn't until maybe 30 minutes into that he wanted me to go deeper into the crevices of his butt, closer to his testicles, and he kept instructing me to go further and further and further in.
And what are you thinking there this whole time?
At that point, I'm getting flustered. I'm very nervous, trying to stay professional on my end. Like I said, I'm not a massage therapist. Although I was trained in massage, that was a little bit different and difficult for me.
So guys, you're seeing how that escalated very quickly. One allegation, here come the others, and now you get like 20 or 30 people. Same thing with Bill Cosby, things like that. Now, Jonathan Majors is preparing for a May 8th court appearance. And now you have women, 8 women, coming forth now saying that this guy is abusing victims. Now, Jonathan Majors, who has, at the time, a Caucasian white girlfriend, who they said that, hey, she sustained minor injuries to her head and neck and all of this. Now you have all these other ladies coming out saying the same thing, okay? And I'm gonna say something here controversial, especially to you black men out there that start doing very well. You start making a lot of money. And again, I can understand that this could happen to anybody, but once you brothers get out here and you start exclusively dealing with, number one, women who have nothing to offer you. And this is why, I don't know why Jonathan Majors doesn't do the, and I hate to say this, the Lori Harvey route. He needs to, number one, be dealing with women who are also in the industry. Date Chloe Bailey if you could. Date Lori Harvey if you could. That's something that guys who are doing very well, if you're in America, you're gonna be dealing with that. Dating somebody that's in the industry for your own safety, right? And secondarily, I'm gonna be more controversial. A lot of you brothers out here love dating white women. I won't take that from you. It's no problem with me. You do what you want to do. But now, once you get that stigma as a black man dealing with white women, that's when you're gonna have problems. Look at let's say, for example, look at T.I. T.I. had these same allegations. All these allegations came from black women. Now, they were not true, right? But T.I. didn't really suffer a whole lot of problems. Number one, T.I. has a lot of ownership in what he does, right? And T.I. just specifically deals with the black community. So he was able to really rebound very fast. That's the benefit of dealing with your own people. But now when you're OJ, you're Jonathan Majors, you're Bill Cosby, you leave yourself open to lose everything once you're a black man dealing with exclusively white women All you need is for somebody to say you did X, Y, and Z. It could or could not be true. Now you're facing problems in your life that you would have never faced, in my honest opinion, had you had stepped in a certain community. That's just me saying this from what I've seen. Okay? Every time a black man gets, look at what happened with OJ. OJ beat that case. OJ's life is never the same. Jonathan Major's life will never be the same. And Deshaun Watson, because he was doing his starting it up, allegedly, amongst all these different groups of ladies, his life will never be the same. Never. And this is what black men got to understand. You need to start using your influence for your own personal ownership. I'm not saying that it can't happen in the black community, but what I am saying is once it happens in the broad community and they control everything, you're getting dropped. Look at him. He got dropped by his management team. Can you drop Tyler Perry? No, because he's going to have ownership of his stuff. Can you drop Denzel? No. So these people are going to come out against you, especially if you have a history of doing this and they can prove it, or they can just lie. They can just lie. How many black men have to go and fall for the same playbook? Again, you have so many guys worshiping, hey, let's deal with white women only. And y'all don't talk about this. Once you get talked about or somebody says you did X, Y, and Z, and let's assume that it's not true. If it's true, I don't have a problem with it. But let's say if it's not true, what do you say then? Then you got 8 women coming up. I can guarantee none of them will hard to be black. Now, everything you've worked for, everybody has dropped you automatically. Number one, because possibly, from what I understand, you cannot control your temper. Now, what they said was the lady was upset that he was messaging another lady. So all this came about from that. And I would argue if that's the case, and if he was messaging another lady, because we still don't know her identity. The reason why we don't know her identity is they're trying to protect her, but she probably isn't anybody that has anything to lose. At least Jamie Foxx, if he dates, out of the race in the community, right? He'll date Katie Holmes, somebody with something to lose. So I would argue if you're gonna date people, whatever the race is, it should have nothing to lose. But you're seeing these black men that are facing these issues, and I know Deshaun Watson has some blacks, but a lot of the people against him were not black. And this is why black men, you have to really watch how you conduct yourself. You think that people like you're so special that nobody will come after you because you're invincible. But that's why you need to work in your own community with your own group. I'd rather be subject to you and let you decide my fate than to let Hollywood. What if he's innocent of all this? You just lost everything you worked for. That's why you gotta have ownership of what you do as a black man. And a lot of brothers out here, I've seen it happen many times. Look at Kobe Bryant, almost lost it all. OJ, Bill Cosby, Jonathan Majors. How many more brothers gotta understand? Hey, look, man, like when you're dealing with women in the dominant society, hey, there's certain things like, I have to be a lot more careful because anything leveraged against me, somebody gonna believe it. It ain't gotta be true. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe to the bell. We're out.